Sean, good evening. You cut a very frustrated figure for a large part of that game. What are your emotions now, having gone out of the cup?
I don't think I was any more frustrated than I normally am. I think I was more frustrated with the first goal. We can't get the right side of a VAR, two hands in Dominic Calvert-Lewin's back. You can say he went down a bit light, which he probably did, but at the end of the day, I see penalties given with someone treading on their toe, and it's a penalty, so I'm frustrated with that. The game's scrappy, awkward, ugly affair. They got on the best side of it from two set pieces. You know, it was that type of game. It felt like that type of game. I must say, when we scored to go equal, I thought we had about 15 minutes when we looked like the side who were more likely. You could see a soft corner at the end, and you could see the goal from a bit of a ricochet. But yeah, a tight, awkward game, I thought. And fair play to them. They've found their way through it and got a win.
What did you say to them at half time?
Really, I just said the expectation changes quickly here, lads. There's an expectation on us. We're Everton Football Club. You know, it's with all due respect to Luton, like, the crowd are expecting us to win these games. They're expecting us to take the game on. So I said, you've got to remind yourselves of what we are. And I said, we're a good side. And I thought second half we were better. You know, our performance, because I thought first half we couldn't find the pass, looked nervy and edgy. Second half I thought that was better without finding the killer moments, obviously. And that growth that I want from the side, you know. Of course, we're stretched at the moment. Everyone knows that. This is a very important players, but at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity for other players to come in and show their worth, you know, and that's what we want. We want that team and that squad mentality, whoever's out there playing. So, really about that. But I thought the second half was better without getting it right, if you like. Too direct with two centre forwards. That can be the tease of two centre forwards, especially physical styles. You know, let's play it up there too quickly. That sort of thing. Finding the balance. So, you know, it was a tricky one for them to deliver. No lack of effort or energy or any of that, but lack of that true moment of quality in the final third when we had the moments to get that.
I guess it's a measure of that expectancy that the fans around me in particular were getting very frustrated and very annoyed because they expect more.
Yeah, no, I think I've spoken clearly about that. You know, it's they're not bothered about the noise about points and all that, and teams and players missing. Win a game. That's what they want. It's our job to respond to that and win games. We didn't today. Next one will come quickly. They'll be expecting again. So I said that to the players, of me, the staff, the players. You got to keep working for it. You know, you got to keep earning the right, and playing under pressure from a crowd is part of being a footballer, and that's what the players have got to keep responding to, I think.
And injuries? Any fresh injuries from today?
Hopefully not. Amma got a bit of a knock. I thought he played well, particularly second half. He got a bit of a knock, so hopefully that's nothing too soon. We'll have a roll call tomorrow and find out. You know, make sure everyone's okay, because obviously we've still not got too many getting back yet, so there's going to be a bit of time yet.
Thank you. Who's next, Joe?
Hi, Sean. Sean, what did you make of Better and Calvert-Lewin up front together?
Yeah, it had moments. I don't think it looked like they played a lot together, which they haven't, of course. The connectivity of two up front, I thought Don played well again. I thought he hasn't nicked his goal, but I thought he played well. Excuse me. Second half, a little bit more to it, and a little bit more power in it, and a little more edge to it. But they're two strikers who are not used to playing two together. You know, everyone imagines, you know, I always get that, why aren't you playing two up front? It's not that easy. You know, you need two players who can combine and play together and learn how to play together. So that's in its infancy. And Youssef, we wanted to give him some minutes to try and activate, you know, as well.
What was the thought process behind starting Better and Calvert-Lewin? Obviously, it's not a partnership that's had a lot of experience so far. Was that just the best option when you've got so few, given the injury list at the moment?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we've got to look at a team that can win a game with so many injuries in the camp. So therefore, what's the best system? We've had to change before. We went three at the back. Today we thought the two centre forwards could be effective, and there was moments second half when you thought it was going to be. You know, so we are working with the squad and piecing it together and trying to continue look for a team that can win games. And it's slightly unfamiliar to this club to have two centre forwards. So, you know, you can only do so much work with the players on that in the week to get it right. But the real truth of any team is when you're playing the real stuff. You know, when the real whistle goes, that's when you see in those moments. But you could tell it was rusty in a sense they haven't played together, but rusty in a sense the way they work together. But yeah, so we've learned something new.
And what would Danjuma have to do to get a start? What's the message to him?
Nobody's come on and affected the game. That's what we want. Just keep affecting the game.
Great, thank you.
John?
Hi, Sean.
Hey, mate.
It's your first anniversary on Tuesday. It's been some year for you, hasn't it? I mean, how can you sum it up?
Well, I used the word interesting recently. A lot going on at this football club, still is. A lot of work to be done when I got here. A lot of work still to be done. The highs, the lows, the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the off-field, the on-field. Can't think of the words, but interesting is probably the best one. Challenge, massive challenge without a shadow of a doubt.
Has it been
And
your
lots to be done.
toughest?
To bring it all together, or try, and still trying to bring it all together, is tough. Lots of voices, lots of noise, big club, chairman sadly passed, owners changing and all of that, and then get it right on the pitch and try and win games, and not enough money to get players and all the rest of it. So to bring all that together and to try and glue it together and still form a group of people that can activate out there and a fan base that can buy into that, that's not easy, and balance the books while you're trying to do it, and probably not balance them but save some money. So all that in the melting pot has been an interesting year, as I said, very interesting. Lots of work done, lots and lots to do. I'm under no illusions here, no one should be. There is lots of work to be done. Thanks.
Paddy?
Sean, you mentioned Calvert-Lewin and Beto haven't played much together and were rusty. Is that something now with the core out for a little while? Is that something that needs to be given time to flourish as a partnership? Do you see it as like a viable option for Premier League
I think we
games?
see every game with the group we've got who are fit. We see every game as one which we're going to pick a team that we think can win. Today we felt that would work. It had signs of working, but it didn't, inevitably, because you've got to win. Rusty for the team more than anything, not just for them, because the team's not used to, you think of the players here, I don't think there's many. Obviously, the Burnley players have played with two up front who I had previously, but there's not many here who have played with an out-and-out two strikers. So not so much them, because obviously they would be rusty because they haven't played much together. I'm talking about I should have explained that the team not really knowing how to find the blend of two strikers. Are we playing short? Are we playing long and strong? And we played long and strong too much today. So finding that blend to open up and offer different ways of operating, which we want to do. I want mixed football. I want different ways of operating, different ways of affecting the game. And there were signs of it, but without the clinical moments to win a game. And they found two set pieces which won in the game, and that's sometimes the way it goes.
How is Decore getting on with the injury?
Yeah, he's settling down well, but it's not going to be. Well, it's not going to be this week. I'm pretty sure of that. Seamus maybe get back in the group, but we've got to be careful. Obviously, he'd only just come back, got a minor injury. Young is back in the group, had 75 minutes the other night, but it's a big difference, with all due respect, playing in that game than it is in this game or Tuesday. So trying the risk and reward of getting them fit and not breaking them and all the rest of it, it's a challenging sort of moment, though.
The squad in general has been really strong on both sides with set pieces, both in an attacking sense and defensively, but that's 4 against Luton specifically this season here at Goodison. What do you think's gone wrong against them in particular?
Well, I think it's a foul on the first one. I have no clue. I'll try and ask the powers that be why that's not given as a foul, because if you turn it the other way around, I bet you they give a penalty. And the second one is, I think Danjuma is really unlucky. Arnie's on the back stick, he's doing his job, he's come on the pitch, he's listened, he clears it, hits their lad, bounces down, he whacks it in the net. So I wouldn't put luck in every set piece, but sometimes you go, well, the setup's right. That sometimes happens. We don't win the first contact. We didn't actually have to give the corner away, which is not helpful, because I think, I can't remember, someone takes a quick throw back who didn't quite tune in. Taki sort of tries to nick it out of play and it goes for a corner, that sort of thing. But then the second phase, you go, well, so, sometimes these things might be an anomaly, because the same team, 4 set pieces, 4 goals. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. And you go, how does that happen? But it does happen. So we'd obviously got to learn from it and move forwards.